And honestly, okay, I'm gonna stop moving a lot because look at my arm jewelry. Like, it's so tea. Look at this. So cute. But, and also my pants. I just want to show y'all the, the outfit. Let's get into it. I just had to show that off before, But honestly, my camera's about to die. So I'm gonna make this a quick rant, but honestly, this is a rant about like feeling feeling overlooked and feeling unseen, feeling left out, feeling invisible. And it's just like, I feel like for a while that's something that I've struggled with. I remember I felt like, I'm saying I remember, but I did find a old journal of mine, and I wrote this in like 8th grade. And mind you, this was like 10 years ago. And I literally wrote about like how I felt overlooked and unseen, especially amongst my peers. I felt unseen. I felt not not acknowledged. I just felt invisible. And middle school, high school, that's like very social years. Like those are kind of like foundational social years, because middle school and high school, that's when you're kind of like making your friendships, making your friend groups, you're talking to people, you're talking to other people, you're developing crushes. So you're socializing, and I didn't have a healthy social life in middle school. I was painfully reserved, painfully awkward, painfully shy, painfully to myself. And I use the word painfully because it really was painful. It was just like very too like within and drawn within. And I mean, I did have friends, but even then, as a whole nother story within itself. But I did have friendships, I did talk to people, but I didn't feel close to people. Even like when I was like would be in connections with people, I just felt withdrawn and distant, and I still felt unseen. And I feel like that's just something that I feel now, where it's like I just don't feel seen. And not in like an obnoxious, oh, I want the whole world to look at me and just like, worship me, but in I just don't feel seen. Like I could be with a group of people and I just feel like I'm trying to make sure. I could be in a group of people and I just feel like everybody's so close. Everybody just they just naturally click. Everyone, they just have their people. It's like they're close, they click, the energy flows amongst them, and then I just feel excluded. I felt excluded, I feel secluded, I feel just left out. And it would have me even thinking like, damn, what am I not doing enough? And I'm like, okay, it's one thing for me to even be quiet or shy or to myself, but there's people that are quiet, there's people that are shy, there's people that are to themselves, that still have friends, that still get included, that still are intentionally thought of being included, and you know feeling seen and wanted. And I feel like for a while I just felt unwanted, and for a while I've been feeling that way, because honestly I feel like that's the way that I still feel right now, where I just feel unwanted. And it's like, yeah, people, it's like, hey, 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 but not in like a I see you, like I see you, I love you, I care for you, I love you for who you are. And I know, like, definitely a big part of it has to do with me and seeing myself and loving myself, and the whole, love yourself in order for other people to love you, blah 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 blah. But it's like there's people that don't even love themselves and they still get love. So it's like, and I get it, everybody's lessons in life is different. This may be a lesson for me to just learn and really like understand and embody, but that doesn't negate or take away from the fact that I'm still deserving of companionship, of connections that are strong and fruitful. And so it is really painful, where it's like having to go through so many like situations where I just feel genuinely unseen and disregarded and simply unworthy. It really does hurt a lot. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're so independent, you're so solo dolo, blah blah blah. But it's like, if I could have my people around me like that, hell yeah, I would do it. And I've even like eventually, like I've recently come to the realization, like, being around other people doesn't take away my power. And for so long, or for a while, I felt that way. I felt like being around other people was very scary, it was very intimidating because it took away from me. But I recently came to the realization, like, that's not true. Like, that's not true. Like, that's not being around like other people, they don't have power over me. And for a while I just felt like, I just didn't feel safe being in connections with people. And so I feel like I feel like because of that, I just like pushed myself away from other people, and it just became like this feedback loop of like pushing away from people. And it's like, oh, you see, nobody wants me, no one wants to be around me, no one cares for me, blah 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 blah. But I know that's not true. But sometimes it is kind of hard to not feed into those thoughts when you are opening yourself up and you are putting the efforts into connections, and it feels like it's not reciprocated, and you're just simply not valued, you're simply not valued, and you just, it's like people just easily disregard you. It's just like, oh, whatever, like. And it's just like, okay, ouch. So it is a really 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 painful thing that I've been going through, and it hurts, truthfully. But I mean, I still have hope, I still have faith. And yes, gotta love myself, gotta be my number one best friend, gotta be there for myself. But it doesn't take away from companionship, it doesn't take away from having fruitful, thriving connections, being able to connect with people and feeling seen. And keyword, feeling seen, not thinking that you're seen, but actually feeling seen and feeling validated and feeling that connection to people that truly value you. It doesn't take away from that. And I don't know, again, I genuinely have hope for it. But I guess because right now, like, this chapter of my life where I just don't have that. And it's just like, also too, is like, you see everybody with their friendships, and you even see the people that literally just like disregarded you or just didn't care for you. They're so supportive with their friends, and they're just so loving on them. But it's like, you literally treated me as if like I'm garbage. But yeah, you see it, and you're just like, damn, it makes you want to be like, what's wrong with me? Like, what is it, what's wrong with me? What is it that I'm not doing? But then it's like, I have to really tap in and be like, there's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with me. There is nothing wrong with me. Like, we all have our faults, we all make mistakes, and not everybody is gonna click with us, and that is okay. But that doesn't take away from me. That doesn't make me unworthy of connections. That doesn't make me unworthy of being validated. That doesn't make me unworthy of being seen, of being loved, of being appreciated, of having a support system. It doesn't take any of that away from me. So it's a lot. And it can be very like tiresome, especially having to go through the same thing over and over. And it really can put like a really just sucker punch to your self-esteem. But I really I've really been really understanding and embodying, like, just because someone or people may reject me, don't let that be a reflection of me. Like, don't let that be, oh, I'm not worthy, so that means I should shut down and feel not secure in myself. Like, no, I should still be secure in myself. And that doesn't take away the hurt or the pain. Like, I'm still allowed to feel hurt, I'm still allowed to feel whatever. But that doesn't mean that I should feel like I'm not worthy. So I just wanted to like share that, and especially to anybody else that's out there and they feel that way. I feel like, you'd be surprised. There's probably a lot of people, or a handful of people anyways, that genuinely feel that way. And if you're like me, I really hope you find your people. Like, I genuinely do. I hope you find your people, and have the best in your connections. But we got this. And you know, I'll tell you what I tell myself: you are worthy. You are worthy. No matter what, no matter what, you are enough. Everything you do is enough. You are enough. So don't let the world or things outside of you make you feel like you're less than or that you're not enough, because you are everything and then some. So never give up on yourself. Thank you. But yeah, I'm done with my rants. So, or it's not really a rant, it's kind of more just like a vent. So yeah, but I'll be back. In the meantime, make sure to stay fly and never be dry and always be fierce. You will definitely be seeing more of me, but in the meantime, bye.